President Trump set to speak at 2 Florida events today.
We have team coverage to bring you from both of these locations where those events are taking place, plus the traffic impacts that will impact you locally. Stephen Graves is standing by anchoring our coverage from West Palm Beach.
Hey Nikita, hey Nathalie. Yeah, more on what President Trump is doing right now when we talk about who he's going to be speaking to. It's the Forum Club of the Palm Beaches. That's the group, and it is a sold-out event here at the Kravis Center. This organization describes itself as the largest non-partisan political and public affairs organization in Florida. It has about 800 members. It has had a lot of speakers over the 50 years, and today they're celebrating their 50th anniversary. We actually got a statement from them saying they're very excited to be hosting the president. He'll be speaking at around 6:15. But before the president comes here to West Palm Beach running down his day, he'll actually be in Central Florida before that, talking to some seniors. Let's get to Jason Guy, who has more on this from the Villages.
Security is very tight here in the Villages today as President Donald Trump makes a stop in this part of Florida before heading to you in West Palm Beach later today. Now, I want you to take a look. We've got a crowd that keeps growing. They've been praying and singing today ahead of President Trump's visit. He's set to speak here at the Charter High School in this community of Middleton, and we're expecting the president to focus on the economy. Meanwhile, Democrats are planning to protest about a mile from this event site. There will be road closures and heavy security measures will be in place throughout the day in the Villages. President Trump is set to take the stage at this campus around 3 o'clock this afternoon. And just hours later, the president will be traveling in your direction to West Palm Beach. In the Villages, Jason Guy, WPBF 25 News.
Jason, thank you. The president will be speaking there around 3 o'clock, again here around 6:15. And when we talk about the significance of today, it's really the first time we're going to see the president at an event space like this out in public since what investigators call was that third assassination attempt on his life at in Washington, D.C., I should say, at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And just to walk you through what happened there, some details, new ones we're learning. So on Saturday, Cole Allen of California, he's accused of storming a security checkpoint at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. You're looking at new video just released last night of the incident. Prosecutors say he was trying to kill the president and top members of his administration at that gala. Allen's facing several charges, including attempted assassination of the president. He has not entered a plea. Now, you might remember Ryan Ruth. He's spending a life sentence in prison right now, convicted of trying to kill the president after pointing a rifle back in September of 2024 through the fence of Trump International Golf Club right here in West Palm Beach. And then, of course, you'll remember back in July of 2024 when Trump was shot in the ear during a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. After that, the most recent incident we saw here, the president and administration says they have faith in the security protocols in place.
Look, I'm here to do a job. As part of the job.
The White House will continue to engage with DHS and with Secret Service to find ways to improve and strengthen security. But as far as Saturday night is concerned, the president was satisfied with the response.
And if you have any doubt that security is top of mind here in West Palm Beach, just take yesterday for an example. Around noontime, there was a security scare here in this area at Howard Park. Police thought that a vehicle was suspicious, a U-Haul truck that you're looking at. It was parked in that parking lot of Howard Park. It shut down roads around here for hours, including the busy Okeechobee Boulevard. Police say a bomb detection dog was sniffing around that truck and alerted them to something suspicious. The bomb squad was called in. Thankfully, after a search, nothing dangerous was found.
In today's environment, you have to be safe. So everything that we put in play is law enforcement work. Our due diligence is always in play, and we're going to do what we need to be to keep the city safe.
And we actually talked to the renter of that U-Haul. She was pretty shaken up. She said that she was just driving it. She was moving and she had permission to park it there in that area. She was not charged with anything. But again, just a reminder of how seriously it's being taken here. And a reminder, our Yasmin Julmis, as you are navigating your day, our traffic anchor Yasmin, she's the only local person here that is bringing you up to date with real-time traffic information and conditions. She'll be back tonight during our evening newscast, helping you navigate any closures we see across our area here in downtown or near the airport. So make sure you tune in to see her reports, and count on us as well for timely coverage in the evening. Our Todd McDermott, he will be live inside of the Kravis Center to hear President Trump speak. Again, that'll be at 6:15, but we will be live throughout every newscast, keeping you up to date with anything going on across our area. That's the latest here in downtown West Palm Beach. Nikita and Nathalie, I'll send it back to you.